what did you think about the Mike Tyson Roy Jones Jr. fight? And then after that, what do you think about like now this new boom of YouTube fighters and celebrity like clout personalities coming into like not our sport, of course, but into boxing, where they limit they increase the puncher's chance and limit all the other stuff. But what do you think about the obviously the fight with those two guys being in their 50s, and then the YouTubers now coming in trying to get these huge fights? And I think Logan's got Mayweather now, and now Jake's trying to get a big fight. Like they're getting these 20 or 50 million dollar fights from these damn boxers.
Yeah, I watched the Tyson highlights, and I'm all for it, man. If those guys want to get in there and compete, because I'll be there as far as like, man, I got to go compete in a BJJ tournament or something, because I've always competed my whole life, and those guys have also. And if they want to do it, awesome. And I thought Tyson looked pretty damn good.
Yeah, he did.
And then then going to the boxing side of it, I get it, because it's almost like that's the new phase now. Even in MMA, UFC, Bellator, you have the guys that talk a lot and bring that entertainment, I guess you'd say, to the sport, and that's where it's going. So you're going to see these guys that are extremely popular on YouTube and have a ton of, social media followers and all that. What's crazier for me is Mayweather accepting a fight like that.
Against a guy who got beat by a video gamer.
Yeah, and I just don't get that aspect of it, and I don't get why, like, it's not doing anything for his legacy. Yeah, it's doing something for his bank account, and maybe that's what he needs. But
crazy.
For me to, if you look back and you're like, all right, think about Mayweather's fights, and he's fought and beat who's of boxing in his weight class. But then a lot of people just think about when he fought, Jake or Logan Paul or whatever, the YouTube kid that got beat by a basketball player, or you're a video game guy, And so, but that's where you're seeing a lot of this going. And then what is it? The one Jake is the one that's trying to fight Mayweather or McGregor right now.
Yeah. He's the one. He's the one that knocked out the basketball player with no boxing experience, and now he wants to fight McGregor.
They sell pay-per-views now, and so the promoters are like, well, let's do it. Crazy, and you're going to get, if he fights McGregor, it's going to be huge. So, I mean, I don't like it, but I get it, I guess.
I don't have nothing against the celebrities fighting celebrities. But I think it's cowardice. And I'm a fan of Logan. I mean, I like Logan's podcast. I don't know much about Jake. So I like his podcast. I got nothing against these guys for being who they are. It's tough work becoming famous and doing what they do. I got respect for them for fighting and boxing and putting it on the line. I just think it's cowardice to train like Jake's doing full time in boxing and then calling out video gamers and basketball players and beating them up. And then now he's obviously calling out the big names. I get it. But what he doesn't realize this, but I think a lot of other celebrities realize this from that fight. He enjoys laughing at the fact that he laid out Nate Robinson and flatlined him. Now he enjoys laughing at that. But what he doesn't realize is he's gonna get there one day. He's gonna be that guy that's gonna get flatlined. And let me tell you something. Like what you were saying about how we're scared sometimes when we walk out. That's fucking why. And in our sport, the reason it's why is because getting flatlined ain't even that big of a deal. It looks bad, but you don't feel it. But when you're getting smashed up for 3 rounds and your orbital broken, your nose is broken, your hands broke, your teeth are loose, like that's the real deal. You know what I'm saying?
When you get knocked down, you get stood back up and get beat up again. Yeah. And do that again.
That's a different game right there. That's the real alpha. And it's like, I think a lot of celebrities took note from that Nate Robinson fight. Like, okay, this might not be this fun thing that like we thought it was, because we don't want to end up like him. But Jake obviously didn't take note because he's the one that did it. But he's going to be there one day. He's going to be there. He's going to be that guy. And I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be as fun as he thinks when those memes come out and people are making fun of him and that video is going over and over again. So, like, I have no problem with them fighting each other, equal fights and celebrities. I enjoy watching all that. But I just don't like the disrespect against the MMA fighters and then dragging them into a sport that's not MMA. And taking away all their arsenal so that you have a higher percentage, though what I think it's a lower percentage, but it's a higher percentage of getting that puncher's chance where you might just happen to land a punch and look good for a second, if not win the fight against a legit fighter, because you took away 1,000 of his techniques and gave him like just punching only. You know, I think that's cowardice a little bit. And I think even so, he's probably going to get laid out and get Nate Robinson and then realize that he's going to stick to video gamers and basketball players after that.
And you're right too. I mean, because he has been training, I think, full time. And
he's full time.
He can punch.
And hats off to him for fighting, for sure.
It just takes one dang punch. And and for the MMA guys coming over, they see the value in that, and they see, okay, I'm going to get paid what for this? I'll risk it. Let's go.
I get it. I mean, I get it.
But you're not seeing guys come into MMA.
No,
it's a different animal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and they're not going to fight MMA. Jake's going to say he's the alpha. He's going to say he's a badass. He's going to do all this, but he will not get an MMA ring against any of them. Maybe Dylan Dennis. I don't count Dylan Dennis, but everyone else, I think he'll still beat Dylan Dennis in MMA. But well, no, not with grappling, but in boxing. But I definitely don't think he's going to fight anybody in MMA. But unfortunately for him, these MMA fighters, they may not be boxers, but they've punched quite a bit in their life, no matter who they are. And it's not going to be the same as fighting an NBA boxer or whatever.